Into the powers of the public protector will get underway in Johannesburg this morning. The hearing is set to settle the dispute over whether President Jacob Zuma is obliged to repay money spent on non-security features at his Nkandla home. The economic freedom fighters and the Democratic Alliance will argue that President Zuma must comply with the public protector's recommendations. Johannesburg authorities have given the EFF permission for 8,000 people to march to the Constitutional Court today. Right, let's cross to our reporter, Aldrin Sampear, who is keeping an eye on the proceedings. Aldrin, a very good morning to you. Let's talk about what's going to happen inside of this courtroom today.
Well, good morning, Leanne. We expect all 6 parties that are involved in this case. This is a corruption watch, which was allowed permission to make submissions in court, was on Sunday. And then we'll also have the EFF, the DA, as well as the public protector. But on the other side of the bench, we'll have the National Speaker of Parliament's representatives, as well as President Jacob Zuma's representatives. Well, they've already submitted their heads of arguments, so today it will just be oral arguments, and the judges, the 11 judges who will be sitting right here behind me, they will be cross-questioning the submissions made by the advocates on behalf of the 6 parties who will be making submissions here. And later on, at some point, we expect a judgment. I doubt that the judgment will come out today, though.
All right. So, is it going to be quite a long proceeding, though? I mean, there are a lot of parties, as you say. I mean, all 6, 7 of them are going to be represented. There are going to be there. I imagine that it's not going to be a very quick process.
I doubt that this will be a quick process, considering that this is somewhat of a landmark case, considering that we're speaking about the powers of the public protector in terms of, are her recommendations enforceable, or are they mere recommendations? Is she a mere ombudsman? And considering, as you said, that there will be 6 submissions being made by the various parties who will be participating in this case, I doubt that it will be a quick one. But it's something that would end definitely today, considering that the heads of arguments have already been submitted and only oral arguments will be given today. But I guess even all the 11 judges would want to cross-question and quiz the advocates who will be representing the parties here in court. We also expect the court to be packed. If you look back at 2014, when Thuli Madonsela made her report known or made the report public, how packed her office was. This time around, I'd imagine that more people will be interested in this case. I was looking at social media this morning and just saw all the international media also interested in this case, because it definitely has implications not only for the country but also for the president, as well as the office of the public protector.
Do we have any idea as to who's going to be present? I mean, can we expect the public protector to be there? Could we see the leaders of the EFF and the DA present as well? Obviously, I doubt very much so the president will be there, but I mean, who are we expecting there today?
Well, we expect the leaders of the EFF to be here at the Constitutional Court. Remember that they're also leading the march from Mary Fitzgerald Square this morning. So they will be here. We know for a fact that James Self from the DA will be here in court. We hope to speak to him just after 8 a.m. later this morning. The public protector, considering that the public protector was at the Supreme Court of Appeals hearing during the SABC COO Hlaudi Motsoeneng's appeals court hearing at the Supreme Court of Appeal in Bloemfontein, considering that she was there, chances are that she might be here this time around as well. But we'll wait and see whether she will appear and hopefully speak to us with regards to the powers of her institution, because remember that she has made it clear that her recommendations aren't just mere recommendations. If you remember back to the case of the IEC former chairperson, Pensi Tlakula, when she was challenging the findings of the public protector then made it clear that if you want to challenge my findings, you will have to go to a high court to challenge my findings or take my findings under review. You can't merely just ignore them. So we definitely expect the public protector to be here, but chances are that she won't speak to us. We're quite hopeful, though, that she'll try and speak to us and just give us some sort of soundbite with regards to the arguments that will be taking place here later today.
All right, Aldrin, thank you. Let's leave it there. We'll cross over to Aldrin again in the program. Lots of questions. questions to ask him at this point in time. And I think a very big question to ask him as well is, is there a possibility that the Constitutional Court might throw this out and say, no, you need to go to a lower court before you come to us? I mean, there's many examples as to what could go on there today, but we certainly will be finding out a lot more information, including the political implications of something like that.